mistake coming here.
You're my brother, Frankie.
We have to strike first. And I need all the help I can get.
How are we supposed to believe a guy in an ascot can pull this off?
It's a cravat.
Every department that we talked to talked about the passion and the fun that you had, with your toy soldiers and toy cars and building out this universe. So I'm wondering, what was it like having so much support from all of this particular cast and crew for what is a pretty daunting story to take on, building from the John Wick universe?
Well, I think I was blessed with being lucky to have all these professionals hitting on all cylinders at the same time. And part of that is learning how to deal with the crew and different personalities. I'm an introverted person by nature. When I was younger, I barely even talked, and I had to learn how to communicate. And it's this very subtle thing I think you have to learn as a director or filmmaker, because you're dealing with so many people, how, as they say in rap, how to move the crowd, right? You're trying to get something done. If you're an ass or a screamer or an abuser, you make people clam up. If you support them and encourage them and let them be professionals and help you and treat them correctly and respectfully, meaning you don't go 16, 12-hour days. And then they start to sense that this guy's not taking advantage, right? And then this thing kicks in with all the departments where they're like, okay, we kind of like how he works, so let's help him now. There's all these little tricks I've learned, and in the end, I started to really, I'm very blue collar. I love being with the crew, and I think that a lot of people don't realize how hard that job is. It's extreme temperatures, it's long hours, it's lifting heavy equipment. It's very clunky and loud, and it's a tough job, man. And everybody looks at the glamour of like a junket or a premiere, and it ain't that.
You discussed it yesterday at the interactive junket, how you're making movie quality images and fights and a product with a TV budget and limitations. And I want to talk about that because it made me wonder, what sequences did you guys have to cut maybe that you wish you saw come to fruition in this?
You know what's interesting about that? We actually didn't have to cut anything. Here's why. The script was so solid on where the characters' journeys take them, and we just stayed within those confines. Now, what happens from there is, once you break it down and understand what the story needs to accomplish with any action, you see, okay, this has 1 day, this has 2 days, this one has 3 days. Then we develop the action around that. So that way we're not trying to make something fit in a box that can't. So yeah, fortunately, we didn't have to cut anything, but yeah, there's always that wish of a little more time, to get more on camera, but you just make sure that what you're able to get is worth the time that you have. So my job and the team's job, along with Albert and Kirk, was constantly making sure everybody felt fresh for each fight scene. Because I feel like if there's a freshness, then there's a replay value. If there's a replay value and you want to go back and watch it again, then we did our job, because now you want to tell your friend, because you want your friends to have that same thrill and enjoyment. So whether it was karate, taekwondo, kung fu, we wanted to make sure that it wasn't done in excess, that you was able to want more from each sequence, or it was just a fulfilling end to the fight scene.
The end of the series does feel like a possible opportunity to expand within the following decades, right? Like my head was like, where's Baby Yaga? Where's the teenage John Wick right now? And if you were to return back to do more of the Continental, I'm wondering what's kind of on your wish list of hopes.
Well, I'll reveal something I haven't revealed yet. I would love to do ending the 70s, going into the 80s, and that whole British invasion coupled with the American music at the time, Duran Duran, Cyndi Lauper, Culture Club, Michael Jackson, Prince, all that. That's the obvious stuff, right? But there's also something I want to do with the Adjudicator. I want to go back within that series to the 1930s and a parable, a fable about the previous adjudicator, who may be related to the one in the series we're in right now, maybe her grandmother, but it's a black and white noir standalone film. Wow. That's a story that's being told in the middle of the series to make an example of something, right? Because there's something about that character that's the most mysterious of any character in the John Wick universe. and there's something, in keeping with the fashion. But to go into that Art Deco 1930s black and white noir film, I think that could be cool. I've never said that, and I'd probably get in trouble for saying that.
Let's take this house and everything that comes with it. And away we go.